Okay, I know what you're thinking. Yet another video about AI and content creation, but I promise you, you've never watched anything like this. Let me show you. Very good. So most people nowadays would use ChatGPT to create content. So what you can do is basically enter your prompt. So maybe something like this, write the content for blog post titled Multicollab, the ultimate solution for teamwork, and then send the message. And now we can simply copy the content and create a new blog post in our WordPress dashboard. So all we have to do is add a new post and paste all the content right here. So Control V, very good. So this is inserted, and now we can add our title here. So Control X, Control V, and let's remove this line here all together. Okay, so very good. So now we have this in place. So now let me introduce you to the magic of Multicollab. So as you can see, we have a blog post here. So maybe you want to optimize this for SEO purposes. Maybe you want to tweak things around. Maybe you want some feedback from the team members, or perhaps you want to format this differently. So for this, you don't want to do this all on your own. You might want to invite some of your colleagues and co-workers. So how can you do so? Let me show you. So all you have to do is click on this button here. And as you can see right here, we have collaborators. So at the moment, it's only me, so John Doe, okay? Now, if you wanted to invite someone, you can do so very easily. All you have to do is click on this button here, share, and you can invite any of your co-workers simply by typing their email address. So let's invite David here as an example. And now we can assign a role to David. So is he a viewer, a commenter, or a co-editor? So in our case here, we're going to say co-editor. So we will have the highest set of privileges. And then we can add a personal message as well. So all we have to do is tick this box and type our message here. So for instance, hi Dave, I need your help optimizing this blog post for SEO purposes. Care to join in? Thanks. And then send the message. And then we get a confirmation here. The invitation was sent. And this is the email that David will receive. So you are invited to collaborate on Multicollab. So right here, as you can see, all David has to do now is to click on this button here, open, and he will have access to the blog post immediately without requiring any credentials. So now back to John Doe's screen, you can invite more than one co-worker to work with you. So if you click on the share button here, again, simply by using their email address, you can invite as many people as you want to work with you. So I'm going to add maybe Sue Curtis here as well as an example. And again, we can assign a role to Sue. So is she a viewer, a commenter, or a co-editor? And again, we're going to select co-editor here. So she has full access to the platform. And then we can add a personal message as well. So for instance, hey Sue, need your help with the content of this blog post. Thanks a lot. And then we can send a message. And again, as you can see, we have a confirmation that the invitation was sent. And again, Sue will receive an email. As you can see, you are invited to collaborate on the blog post here. And all she has to do is to open this by clicking on this button here, and she will have access to it without needing any credentials. Very good. So now we have invited everyone to work with us on this blog post. Let me show you an amazing feature, which is the real-time collaboration feature. So for this, we go to the Multicollab logo here. We go to settings. And if you scroll down, you will find this option here, the real-time editing. So use the toggle switch to enable this. And once this is enabled, all these collaborators here, John Doe, Sue Curtis, and David, will be able to work conjointly at the same time, simultaneously on the same blog post. So to demonstrate this, I need to open each session in a different web browser. So we have John Doe open in Google Chrome, what we have at the moment here. I open Sue Curtis in Microsoft Edge. So let me show you. So this is the one here. So this is Sue Curtis session. And then we have David in Firefox. So let me open David's session, which is here. Okay. So now let me show you how this works. So again, this is David's session. So if I was to select a paragraph here, for instance, and I want to work on this one here, as you can see, this is David here working on this paragraph. And now if I go back to John Doe's session in Google Chrome, let me show you very quickly. It will look something like this, okay? And we can see immediately from here that David is editing this block, as you can see right here in red color. And you have the confirmation here that David is currently working on this section here. So now let's add Sue to the equation here. So let me open Microsoft Edge very quickly. So there it is. So this time, Sue is going to work maybe on this paragraph here. Let me highlight this, okay? As you can see now, two people working together with Sue Curtis and David as well. So now let me open John Doe's session in Google Chrome. There you go. And as you can see, John Doe can see that David and Sue Curtis are working on the same blog post as you are. And now let's assume that myself here, John Doe, I want to work on this blog post as well. And this time I'm going to be working maybe on the conclusion here, okay? So I'm just going to highlight this. And as you can see, now you have David, Sue Curtis, and John Doe working together on the same blog post. So let's see what it looks like from David's point of view. So it will look something like this, and we know exactly who's working on what, and it will be the same for Sue's session as well. As you can see, this is Sue's screen, and she can see that David, herself, and John Doe are working together on the same blog post. Now let me show you another amazing features. So the first example here is called inline comments. So if you were to select maybe the whole paragraph here, you're not too sure how it is worded and all that, you might want to ask the help of Sue, who's maybe the head of copywriting in your company or something like this, okay? So as you can see, now you've selected this paragraph. Right there, we have this icon here with the plus sign. All you have to do is click on this, and now you can type your message here. So if you want to tag Sue immediately, you can use the @ sign and select Sue's name. So right here, okay? And this message will be assigned directly to Sue herself. So let's type a message. So maybe I don't think this opening paragraph is strong enough. Can you rephrase this differently to be more punchy? Thanks. And now you can even assign this directly to Sue, in which case, if you tick this box here, she will be responsible for marking it as done. If this is left unticked, both of you can mark it as done once completed, okay? So let's post our comment. And now from Sue's screen, she will see your message. All she has to do is click on it, and it will bring her immediately to the section related to that message. And now she can take the required action. So here it says, please, can you rephrase this to be a bit more punchier? And now she can change this herself. So let's change this very quickly. Very good. So as you can see, now Sue has typed in a brand new opening paragraph, and now she can add a comment, a reply perhaps. Okay, so let's click reply, and now we can mark this as done. And for this, all you have to do is to tick this box here, mark as resolved, click on this, and then yes. And there you go. As you can see, now those changes have taken place. Now you can go to the Multicollab section here, and as you can see, all the activities are recorded right here. So we have the initial request and also all the changes, including when Sue marked it as resolved. Very good. So back to John Doe's screen. Now let's ask David to help us out with the SEO and optimize the content for SEO purposes, okay? So what we can do is basically highlight any of those sections here. We're going to add a comment, and we're going to tag David immediately. So at David. And now let's add our message. So maybe, hey Dave, see attached keyword research document. Can you apply this to the content here, please? And right here, as you can see, we have a paperclip. We can attach any file that we want. It could be an image like a JPEG or PNG, or even a PDF file. So I have one already that I uploaded here. Okay, so let's select this one, and let's select the file, and I can post my comment. And now from David's screen, I will see John Doe's message, and I can open this file very easy by clicking on the link. It will open up in a new tab. And I can read through the content of this PDF file and take the required actions and apply this to our blog post. And then finally can mark this as done once it's completed. So let's click on yes, and that's basically it. And now back to John Doe's screen. As you can see, David marked this as resolved, and now we can move on to the next task. So now let me show you another amazing feature. As you can see, if you go to settings here, we have the suggest edit. So if you enable this, you now be able to suggest edit within the content of your blog post. So let me show you how this works. So let's say we have the first sentence here. Multicollab brings together a plethora of collaboration tools under one roof. So maybe you want to change this word here. Maybe you want to say perhaps a large selection. All you have to do is basically highlight the word here and then hit the delete key. As you can see, now it's crossed off, and now next to it, type the actual word that you want to replace it with. So like we said, a large selection. As you can see, one word is crossed off and the other one is displaying in green. And by the side, everything is recorded here automatically. So now anyone coming along, anyone working on the same blog post as you, can either accept or reject the suggestion. So just to show you how this works, I'm going to accept the suggestion here. Very good. And as you can see, those changes have taken place. But you can also suggest formatting edit. So if I wanted to emphasize large selection here, maybe I want it to be in italic and perhaps bold as well. Again, as you can see, this is recorded here automatically. And again, anyone coming along can either accept or reject the suggestion. So in this case, I'm going to reject it altogether. Okay, so let's click on this. And as you can see, now it's reverted back to its original state. Now, Multicollab obviously is designed for teamwork. So as you can see here in the backend, you can also access all the updates directly from here without logging into the blog post itself. So maybe you have a team supervisor or something like this who wants to have access to all information. It can have a quick overview of what's happening on the platform immediately from here. As you can see, they're all laid out chronologically from the oldest to the newest. You can also go to the report section here. And again, here you can see all the activities taking place on your website, but displayed slightly differently. As you can see, you have the title of the blog post, how many comments are open and resolved, and also the name of the different collaborators and all the different activities. And now if you're afraid that communication may get lost, you also have the Slack integration. All you have to do is basically connect your Slack account like we've done already here, and you will get real-time updates for mentions, replies, and other comment activities of Multicollab in your Slack channel. And also, when you work with multiple people, you want to make sure that you can manage those permissions. As you can see, you have all the different roles here with administrator, editor, author, contributor, subscriber, and guest. And for each of those roles, you can now define whether or not you want to allow them to add comment, resolve comment, or disable them all together. And the same with the suggestions. And this solution wouldn't be complete unless it is also multilingual. As you can see, Multicollab is available in English, Chinese, Hindi, Spanish, French, Bengali, and German. Okay guys, so thank you for watching. Now if you are interested and would like to try this out for yourself, we offer a 30-day free trial of our Pro plan where you can test all the Multicollab features. So for this, all you have to do is click on the link in the description below, and this will bring you to this page, and under the Pro heading, simply click on this button here. Now simply enter a few details and that's it. You're ready to enjoy the Pro version of Multicollab for free for 30 days. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.